Pisces, this is Michelle, and I'm here to do your 2019 year ahead reading. This reading will cover the entire year, and we'll break it down into 4 quarters. Something a little different is that I'll be using a standard deck of playing cards. These are the B playing cards. And then I will bring in, for clarification or further guidance and encouragement, a few cards from the Universal Weight Tarot deck. This deck is illustrated by Pamela Coleman Smith, but it has been recolored by Mary Hanson Roberts. So the colors will be just a little different from the deck that we have been using. All right, now I am just going to continue to shuffle for a bit more, Pisces, until I feel the cards are ready for a cut. Thank you for your patience, Pisces. Okay, I think that is going to do the trick for us. Let's take a look at what we have for Pisces in the year 2019. Wow, and we are starting with the Joker. And do you know there are 2 Jokers in this deck? One of them is in color, and actually let me show this to you a little closer. One is in color and one is just in black and white. I am going to pull all the cards before I start reading, but the Joker, I need to see this before I start because it's surprising to see it there. It represents a surprise, and a big one at that. And so that's interesting to start out with. Oh, and we are following with the 9 of diamonds. So already this is starting out beautifully in the first quarter, and it's the 8 of diamonds as well. Oh my goodness. All right, Pisces, let's see what we have in the second quarter. It's the Ace of Clubs, followed by the 4 of diamonds, a lot of diamonds thus far, and the Jack of Hearts. Very interesting. And now we have the Queen of Hearts. That could represent you, I think, Pisces, in this reading. Perhaps you are the Jack of Hearts. We'll see what comes up. And now the Ace of Spades. We have 2 aces. And the 7 of Hearts. Now we have the 3 of Clubs, followed by the 4 of Clubs, and the Queen of Spades. Wow, do you know, I'm just thinking, Pisces, right now, it's just funny how the mind is. I'm kind of really focused on these cards. I don't remember if I actually gave those cards a cut. Did I? I'm going to have to check that afterwards, but if not, let's see. The reading may tell us why. Let's start out with this first quarter. The Joker, it looks like in the first quarter of 2019, you are actually potentially in for some very good news. I think it's going to come as a very big surprise, and it could relate to a future business venture. It could be that you will be involved with a much larger, more established group. I just want to say, I've been thinking a lot about Neptune in your sign. I don't think I'm going to get into too much astrology for this reading, but what I'm sensing is that with Neptune in your sign, there's a possibility that things could feel a little bit, I want to say, unstable. And it looks like in the beginning of the year that something is coming in to ground you much more. And this is, I think, going to feel very, very good. It looks like potentially by the second quarter that you might have a fresh start related to your ambitions, your goals, your work life, and that indeed things will feel a lot more stable. Pisces, if things have seemed very rocky for you in the area of finances, based on this reading, it looks like things are going to settle down. And I feel that this is really going to free you up. It is actually, now again, I said I wasn't going to talk about the astrology very much, but I have to just bring up this one point. Because Neptune is in dignity in your sign, if we are going to consider Neptune as your ruler, that would be in the modern astrology. One of, I think, the most beneficial things for Pisces that can occur this year, and actually probably for about the next year and a half, is to find some structure in life. Because the more that you can find some structure and discipline around, really it might be almost any area where you were feeling that things are a little slippery. The more structure that you can create, the more I feel that you are going to be freed up to allow the positive elements of Pisces to just flow. This is an incredible time for Pisces right now in terms of creativity, artistry, spirituality, any type of, I want to say, visionary work. All of these things can just be flourishing inside of you, but with a little bit of structure around, those things can flourish even further, and that is what I'm seeing. By the third quarter, Pisces, it looks like you are going to feel incredibly empowered. I really see this as you in the reading, the Queen of Hearts. Whether you are male or female watching the reading, it doesn't really matter. But you could also be the Jack of Hearts. That's true too. Either way, it looks like you are coming into an extremely powerful time. In fact, Pisces, for some of you, those that resonate with this reading, it might feel even quite uncomfortable to realize the impact that you can have on the world. The world can mean the world at large. I know that's an awfully big statement, right? The world. But it can also mean those that are just immediately around you, your family. It could be your community, the people in your community around you. That could be just like a locale, like the city or the town where you live. Or it could be your community in terms of just groups of people that you have connected with around your gifts and talents. For example, if you are particularly talented in one particular way and suddenly you're coming into your strength, then you can have more influence within that community. I feel that this is actually going to be a little bit unsettling for you, but I want to say at the same time, there can be a great deal of spiritual growth occurring at this time. By the last quarter, Pisces, it looks to me like there is going to be some real movement. Things are going to accelerate by the end of the year regarding this new work, goals, or ambition that you are involved in. There's quite a bit of growth. It doesn't seem like much of a jump from an ace to a 3 and a 4, but indeed it is. This is a very big jump. We are going from the initial seeds here, just the very beginning, to realizing the power that you do have in this area, to very quick and sudden growth. Also, it's possible that you will be making a lot of social contacts in this area. There could be a lot of communication going on within these social networks. I feel that the network is actually going to become somewhat more solidified for you. And what I mean to say by that, Pisces, oh, I am so happy about this feeling that is coming over me. I feel that you are going to feel like you are at home, like you are finally at home within this particular group, that you are empowered through the contacts that you have made. This is a beautiful reading. I hope very much that you will resonate with this really at any point within any of these quarters. It is all just absolutely beautiful. And I am now going to ask for cards from the tarot for some further perhaps confirmation. The reading looks very clear to me. I think this looks absolutely beautiful for you, Pisces, and it's wonderful to see. Let's keep that Page of Pentacles that flipped out. Now, you know, Pisces, I know that many of you, if not most of you, can read these cards. And so as I am pulling cards from the tarot, I would encourage you to bring your own interpretation into the reading. I know that can be that can be somewhat difficult, because when you're listening to a reading, it's a bit more of a passive sort of a, we have Nine of Cups, more of a passive sort of activity, and so it can be a little tricky to switch back and forth, but it happens, you know. It can happen. You're looking at a card and you understand exactly what that means for you. So I'd love to hear about that for any of you that are resonating with these cards. Let's take a look at the Ace of Swords. Now, that would relate to a diamond, but it also relates to the ace. One more card for the second quarter for Pisces 2019. One more card for Pisces. Thank you, Pisces, for your patience as I shuffle the cards in this way and use this particular method. We're going to go with the Seven of Rods, and I am seeing these two cards here. I think I'm going to go ahead and stick them with the third quarter. I was contemplating the second. Let's go ahead and put them here and see what they might mean. Two more cards for Pisces for the year 2019. Pisces, it is just looking absolutely fabulous for you. 2019 for Pisces. Thank you. This is for Pisces, the year 2019. Two more cards. Pisces, thank you for your patience. Well, it's the Judgment card and the Ten of Cups. Oh, goodness gracious. Pisces, I don't know. I'm so happy for you. Let me just say that. It's a beautiful thing to see, to have a reading like this. So, big surprise. We can see some kind of news coming in, very positive financial news coming in. We can see you joining a larger group that is more established, that gives you a great sense of stability. This is actually also it's a dream come true situation. The Nine of Diamonds, along with the Nine of Hearts, is a wish card. Your wish comes true. And look at this. We have the Nine of Cups, which perfectly correlates to the Nine of Diamonds. Whatever your wish has been, whatever you have been manifesting in your most positive frame of mind, Pisces, it looks like it's coming through. Oh, this is wonderful to see. And also the Page of Pentacles suggests also good news, good financial news. Goodness gracious, this is really an exact correlation to the Nine of Diamonds. There's also, I want to say, the sense of a new start with the Page. So I feel for Pisces that it's important to express your talents and gifts. And it looks like your there can be a tie between those two things and a beautiful promise ahead for work and growing wealth. Now look at this. We have the Ace of Swords, another ace, along with the Seven of Wands. Well, the second quarter is showing us a brand new start in work, the sense that you will feel much more stabilized, secure, and have that structure around you where you can just flourish. This is really just a confirmation, isn't it? Here's the brand new start. I see you, Pisces, gaining strength in so many ways, but also mentally, and knowing that you have the advantages here. Pisces, you are gifted. You are gifted in so many ways, and those gifts make you very unique. You are needed in this world. Whatever world it is that you are influencing, you are needed. It is your time. I am just thrilled to see this. By the third quarter, it could be a little, well, it's unfamiliar. It could be actually emotionally a little bit unsettling, as I said, to have things rolling along in such a positive manner and also gaining an influence. It's possible, Pisces, that you may want to actually put the brakes on. For some folks, that unfamiliarity may feel actually a little bit scary, I want to say, and you may feel like you just want to pull back a little bit. Also, if you are gaining in power and influence, even if you have had power and influence in the past, whenever we gain more power and influence, or we are put into a position, let's say, even of more authority, Others could be looking up to you even for advice at this time. It's a little bit unsettling. I don't see this as stopping you, though. I do see you perhaps stepping back a little bit and thinking about it. I want to say, no, I'm just going to mention this. There is a Mercury retrograde in July, March, April, May, July 7th to July 31st. It's possible that this Two of Swords represents that retrograde period. And it might be a time, actually a good time, to just step back and reflect on all of the progress and the progressions that have taken place to regain strength in order to move forward, because it looks like you are moving forward, Pisces, for sure. And we have these two final absolutely beautiful cards from the tarot, the Judgment card and the Ten of Cups, to say, Pisces, you are on your way. You received a calling and you responded. If you have not, it looks like there is a calling in store for you, and that you can take time out to listen to that calling. It is deep within your heart, and it has to do with what you can give to the world. Pisces, I see you shining. I see you shining bright, and your light reflects out to the entire world. I know I keep saying that, entire world, but this is your world. It is your family, it is your community, and it shines out just everywhere that you find yourself. Whatever environment you are in, Pisces, your light shines forth. I am so happy to see this beautiful reading. Now I have to look back and see whether or not I cut those cards. I don't remember, but I'm telling you, if I missed it, there was a reason why. This is an absolutely beautiful reading for you, Pisces, for the year 2019. I want to thank you so much for being here, for watching, and for listening. I want to thank you for your views, likes, shares, and of course to the subscribers. And I'll see you next time.